Hi, my name is Michael Hahn, and I'm one of the Vision Application Engineers here at RRFloody Company. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most popular tools that are used in machine vision, and that is what we call the Blob Area Measurement Tool. Okay, so what I've done is I've scaled my image already, and I've located my gasket part. And one of the defects that is really common, and I show this in this lower left hole right here. Let's imagine that this could be a plastic part and we've got flash in the hole. And we want to make sure that the hole is not only there, but it's complete in its size and that there's no flash or other particles inside there. And so the blob area does a really good job. If I go back to image 0 down here, which is rule number 2, start on a golden image, I can go to my fourth step in the application steps where my cursor's at, click on that. And then I go to the lower left corner of the image and I see my measurement tools, and I want to click on blob area. When I click on blob area, I click on that, it turns orange, and I click add. And that's where I get this kind of magenta box. Now remember, down in the lower part of the screen here, that I can make this shape a rectangle, I can make it a circle, I can make it an annulus, a racetrack, or I can make it a polygon and make it any shape I want. What I want to do here is I really want to make it a circle. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that the area of interest or region of interest that I want falls within, so this circle, this hole falls within this region. So you don't want to have this right next to, the hole. The blob tool works in a way that I'm going to be looking for this white feature within this, area or this circle that I have. So I can make the circle as big as I want. Really, it's going to focus just on this area. So I'm going to make it about this size here, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, the difference between this tool and like a measurement or measure circle diameter is that it's looking at the total area of the part. And you can see that it's highlighted here. Since I've already scaled my image, in the result palette here, I have blob area, and I have 113.804 millimeters squared. Now, if we take a closer look at this, you can see that there's probably some thresholding that we should adjust. I'd really like to get closer to this edge here. So I'm going to go to my settings tab here at the bottom. I'm going to go to the settings tab, and instead of going with the threshold mode in auto, I'm just going to go to manual. And the blob color I'm looking for is white, right? This is the grayscale system. This is the white area with the dark background, so I'm interested in the white hole. And I'm going to actually lower that threshold. And when I lower that threshold, it's going to add to more and more of these, closer to this edge here. In fact, if you always want to know what your pixel intensity is, you can always take your cursor, right? And you can put it right on any of these intensities. And as you can see, down in this area right here where it says image 0, just keep your eyes right on that. When I put my cursor up here, you can see that you have 3 numbers. 169 is the x coordinate, 282 is the y coordinate, but that 177 is actually the intensity of the pixel that my cursor's on right now. So what I think I've got a pretty good representation. So now if any of this dark area or flash comes out, this overall area number is going to decrease. So I can go to my range limits here, that's the third tab in my parameters, and I can say, okay, let's say that minimum is 122 millimeters squared and maximum can be 127. Now, remember that in the 6 rules of machine vision, rule number 3, the most important, is always check your work. How do I know that these values will work? Well, I have my database of good and bad images. I can cycle through that. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to take and go to the next image. And of course, this is a very large defect, so we can see that we only have 56 millimeters squared. I'm going to go to my next image. That one here, you can see that actually my threshold got set probably a little bit too aggressive. So I'm going to go back in here and raise up that threshold to 100, and that's of course a good way to make sure that we've got a sound, solid tool is by applying rule number 3. I'm going to go to the next image. That looks good. Here's a good one at 124. Another one, 124, 123, 125, 123, and then we've got some of our defect images there. So it seems like I've got a pretty good range set on that. This is a really popular tool to look for not only flash but short shots in plastic, miscuts, just kind of basic defects in parts. Thank you.